Alright guys, we're over here driving the Chevy Impala. As you guys can see, super nice, super clean. Well, sort of, because we've been using it, we've been driving it for the past months. But with that said, guys, you guys are here for what we have in the garage. Yes sir, we're currently working on a Suzuki. Yes, not Suzuki. But before we get started with this Suzuki, guys, I do want to appreciate every single one of you for being here today. Thank you very much for being here. And I also want to welcome our new subscribers, guys. We have 10 new subscribers, guys. 10. Yes, 10 new subscribers. Thank you very much for being here today. I appreciate you guys subscribing, being here, watching this video. With that said, guys, with those 10 subscribers, we're at 944 currently right now, right before Christmas. That's kind of cool. Thank you very much, guys, for making that possible. And I do want to appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you very much for being here with us. And I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and also Happy New Year's, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry, the lady got kind of close to me. I was like, what's going on here? I don't know. She's kind of lost, maybe. I don't know. But my doors are locked. Yes, sir. Anyways, guys. But yeah, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, guys. Thank you very much for being with us today. I appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and hit the garage, because we have a lot of work to do today. A lot. So I'll see you guys in the garage. Vámonos. Or maybe outside. You would never know. Well, guys, welcome back to another day, another vehicle, another nightmare. This one here is from a friend of ours, practically a soccer coach. His son got in a front-end collision, and he asked me to put it back together. Pretty much, he doesn't want it to look perfect. He just wants to try to save that hood, keep it unfolded as best as possible, save the fender, pretty much try to save everything except for the light and the grill, of course, because it's non-insistent. So he got a new grill for us, a new light. And on his way over here, I did point out a couple things, like his fog light is also broken. We can definitely put that grill back in if it's not too bad. And then I did tell him we were gonna have to pull this apron, because it looks like it's janked in there, along with the radiator might be messed up too, because he dropped all the coolant as he pulled up. I'm surprised it did not heat up or overheated on him. This thing right here is also mangled backwards. So there's a lot of stuff that you can't see just by looking at it. It looks like it would just be a light grill and then shape everything back in, but it's a little worse than that. We also have a broken reservoir here. As you guys can see, it's already cracked. Most likely it's gone. I see some tabs. I see the frame rail that is bent downwards. I'm not sure how bad it is, but I do see that down there. So we won't know much until we take all this off and assess the damage of it. In order to start taking stuff off, I do need to open the hood. This thing is not letting go, so I'm gonna have to pull it a little. I see the hinge right there. I'm gonna see if I can get in there with the screwdriver and move it out of the way. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with today, guys. So it is a B6 Suzuki. I'm not sure about the year, to be honest with y'all. Let me take a look here. You already know what we're looking for. We're looking for a plate. Looks like it's gonna be a 08 since it's 11.7. That makes it a 8. So it'll have parts from 07 and 08 cars. But yeah, this is a really clean Suzuki. I don't see this one's on the road anymore as much as we used to, just because I don't know. I never heard like super bad things about this ones in particular, but there has been some Suzukis that they were not worth keeping, I guess. But yeah, it's a Suzuki Grand Vitara 4x4 though, something like that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this one fixed for them and get it back in the road. See how much it takes to get this thing back into its drivable safe self. But yeah, let's go see and open that hood and see how big the damage is. Oh man, well, I'll tell you what, it is what it is. He did mention his power steering stopped working in his way over here. I think I know why. Maybe this right here is the culprit. I don't know, just a guess, just a guess. Power steering pump reservoir is completely dismantled. So yeah, that could be a good little reason of why his power steering is not working. We also have the press tab. So this reservoir here, I don't know if it's for the radiator or what, but this one survived, so that's a good thing. We are pushed back, as you guys can see. There's a kink here on the hose. The hose are pushed back towards the engine. So this whole thing right here, or whole apron, as you guys can see, needs to move out a lot. But yeah, there's the windshield wiper reservoir hiding up in there. It seems the computer's right here, so hopefully this survived. The car still runs and drives. Like I mentioned before, he did drove it over here. So we know at least it runs and drives. I do see a couple things that are way too close to that serpentine bell for our taste. So we're probably going to have to get all that pulled out before we start taking anything apart. So probably gonna jank on this quite a bit, just to shape it in, because it looks like it's pushed in and then downwards. So it's kind of like quack, like that. So we gotta grab it from the bottom, pull it up, and then grab it from the back and then pull it out. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, I think. And then we are gonna take this off of here before we start pulling, so we can get a better perspective of what we're looking at and where to pull from. And I do want to take the front bumper as well off, just to assess the whole situation before we start pulling anything, to make sure this is savable and is able to work with what we got. It doesn't look as bad on the head right here, but I do see that frame rail down there. That one right there is what's bugging me. Doesn't look too bad. Hopefully it deattaches and stuff, but we're definitely gonna see. I can't see the other one, but it looks like it's down there too, so they might be like that. That's why I need to take all this off, guys, to make sure I'm not seeing things, because I do see a bar right here, so that tells me that the frame rails do angle down a bit. So I think that's normal. I'm not sure, because I'm not used to seeing the frame rail come down here to the bottom. I'm used to seeing them straight ahead. So, but I never took a Susuki apart, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, then we have a little kink over here on this side. The bumper can be heated up and everything. This, we can push it out. So yeah, we're gonna try to save all his parts, just because he doesn't want to spend much money. This is like the third car his kid crashes on a year, and yeah, I think he's gonna have to go back to driving school or something. I don't know. This kid is a magnet for kids, for hits, just like the piñatas, man. Crazy, I know, but hey, we're gonna try to do our best. We don't have to do a great job. We just gotta make it look okay. This right here is gonna have to bend in. I do see separation right there where it came apart from. Wow, the whole hood slash bonnet came apart from the under metal. So hey, that's gonna be fun, really fun right here, to push this back in and shape it back to its glory self, I'm guessing. But yeah, well, I guess we're gonna have to get to start doing this thing. Wow, okay, well, shoot, we got a lot of work to do today, that's for sure. Well, I guess first order of business will be take this plastic out of here. This is plastic, part of the bumper grill thing. So we'll take this out. It looks like it's being held by one tab right here. So let's take this off. That is part of the bumper. I guess it broke over here. Yep. So yeah, let's take that off. Check the sides, see if anything's under grabbing that bumper, and check the whole front bumper out, and then follow with that light, I'm guessing. Let's get it. Alright guys, so we got everything taken off. Bumper should be done, ready to come out. I just got 110mm that is mangled limp in here. So I gotta get in there with the socket and get it out. It's pretty much pushed back under that plastic right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys see it? Right there. I gotta get that thing. So I gotta push this up like that, hold it, take it off, and that should loosen the bumper. And we should be able to just jank the whole bumper out. At least that's the theory, because we still gotta disconnect those fog lights. Let's see. Well. Looks like this doesn't have no foam, guys. It's a plastic piece, and the crash bar, it's down there. That's weird. I usually see the crash bar right here, and this one's way down there, and that's where the rails are. So the frame rail is behind that. I thought this was the frame rail for a second. I got scared, but nope. Frame rail is back there. Frame rail is good. This thing angles down on both sides to the crash bar that it's on the bottom of the vehicle, which is literally the really bottom. That's a new one for me. I didn't know Suzuki did it like that. But yeah, there goes our windshield wiper reservoir. It is broken, done, and it's seen way better days, I'm guessing. So we're gonna remove all that stuff, get the light out after this, like I mentioned. So we're gonna take that out and see how bad it is under there. But as you guys can see, this whole thing got pushed in along with the top brace right there. So yeah, you guys can see a better look now of how far in it is. Look at that. Wow, that is ridiculousness, but it looks fixable. Let's tackle this one piece, one side at a time. Well, right off the back, we can tell this is crushed in, mangled, needs to be pulled out and straightened out right about there, right here. I was holding the windshield wiper reservoir in there. It's supposed to be looking like this. This is the good side. At least we have a side that we can copy and mock it to this side over here. So yeah, we're gonna do just that. It's not as bad as it looked in the beginning. I was afraid this was the rail, but no, it's just this thing right here, the radiator support, that it's the one that got crashed back. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to pull it as much as we can, leave it as good as possible, and then pull this guy right here as well to align that on the front too. And obviously the big elephant in the room will be this right here. It looks like it unbolts, so that should be easier to unbolt it and get it pulled out once we get this situated. And if we need to pull that by itself, it should be easier, just because we can grab it from up here and then pull it up where it needs to be, so we can get this wrinkle over here out of there. But yeah, really simple setup they have here with the Suzuki's. It looks like this one here is pushed all the way in that way due to this. So once we pull from here this way, all that should come back out, and it's supposed to be looking like that. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do today. Well, and then obviously we have a fender here that is messed up. We might push it from the inside out just to make it look a little better, and the hood too. So yeah, we got a lot of work, especially when we gotta take that radiator out and see what crack, because obviously we got radiator fluid. So I don't see any cracks just yet, but that doesn't mean it's not bad, because it's obviously leaking radiator from somewhere. So we won't know until we take it all out. Well, it might not look like much from this angle here, but we have done a lot of progress. We have a lot of room now. You remember we didn't have no room here. Look at that. We can actually see in there. There's the pump where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to click in onto this thing right here, and this holds it right there. This got pushed into the engine back here, and that's why it's all cracked. As you guys can see, our hose is almost back where it's supposed to be as well. We just need, I'm not sure if they go like that or it needs a little bit more, but we definitely have plenty of space now. This thing right here is no longer smashing, and it looks like that's why we're having a lot of lights on the dash. Look at that. That's probably why all his wiring issues are going on. He has some wires that were cut because this thing pressed against it and broke the computer lid. I don't know if you guys can see, or whatever, the plug-in right here. It broke some wires off, shred some others, so that's why he's having a lot of lights on the dash, and it's doing all kinds of things. And it looks like that will be for brake system or power steering system. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. ABS system maybe. Not quite sure, to be honest with you guys, but we got everything back where it's supposed to this way. Now we gotta straighten this out, so pull up a little bit, so pull it out, and then once we get the radiator condenser, we can start pushing up so we can get rid of this one here, and all this can go back to where it's supposed to be. So first we're centering everything over here, so we're gonna align it, make sure we take some measurements for like the shock tower, center of the shock tower, this dot back here to something over there that doesn't move, like this right here, and then make sure we have the same amount of measurement distance from that side to this side, and it's good to go. And then yeah, after that, all we just got to do is make sure it's leveled up where it's supposed to be, and make sure the hood latches and all that good stuff. You already know. Yeah, it sounds easier than it is, but hey, it's got to get done little by little. So right now what I'm going to work on is probably pulling this out now. There's 2 points right there, and then after that we can start pulling this whole thing this way, so it evens out, lines up. So at least that's the plan right now. Well, let's get it. Slipped, got my finger. This is why you wear gloves. Damn, I pinched the skin off, if you guys can see. It's gonna be bleeding like crazy. Fingers are crazy bleeders, so let's go put a band-aid on it. A couple tape and zip tie will do, maybe. Well, now that we got our finger patched up, we're gonna continue to finish straightening this out, and yeah, so we can start taking the radiator and condenser off of there. Well, we're just hitting this with the hammer right here and down here and right there, and we're gonna reshape it back to its glory and straighten it out as much as we can, and yeah, go from there. Nothing to it but to do it. And we went ahead and pulled this out a little bit more. It looks like we're half an inch away. I'm measuring from this point to this bracket back here, so that point to this point supposed to be 20, I'm sorry, not 25, 35, inches, and it's only giving me 34 and a half, so we're half an inch in, so we got to pull another half inch. That one's giving me 25 from that angle. So yeah, we got to pull half an inch more this way. I think that's because this right here, so once we push that up where it's supposed to be, that should come out a little bit more. So we're gonna go ahead and take the radiator out, and I gotta go see for him, see if this one is at an angle or is flat straight out like so, because if it's flat I can pull this a little bit more, but I don't think so because this is straight already, and so is this one, and this one has an angle right here. So I think that angle's there. I just need to come up and out just a bit. But I'm gonna go look at some forums and see how this piece is, and if it's that way, I can go ahead and take it and take this radiator condenser out and then start pushing up to get this wrinkle down here out of the way and get this back in shape. We might have to heat this up too because it's super cold out here. Whew. All right, well, yeah, that's all I'm doing. So you guys know, I'll be right back with you once I get this train out and start taking that off. All right, now's the hood's turn. We're gonna go ahead and pull that hood. Make sure to get it to the latch. Let me show you guys how far off it is. There's the hood right there. We already pulled a little bit, but as you guys can see, it's sitting on this, and the hinge is way up front. So, and it's quite a pull, if you ask me. So we gotta leave this hinge right about right here. That's a good 3 to 4 inches. So yeah, that hood moved back a while due to the impact right here. So let's go ahead and put it back. Well, that's gonna be it for today. I already strained this out. It's all done, ready to go back on, as you guys can see. Yeah, we can't put it back on just yet because we got to strain this guy's out, and that one right there, that one's seen better days. But I'm gonna stop right here at this point. We're still 4 millimeters out on this side than this side, so it needs a little more out. But again, I'm pretty sure that's why right there, because this still has to come out this way, our way, and this has to go up. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait on that so we can leave it exactly like this side. Gotta put it inside the garage and put the thing in there so we can lift it up and pull at the same time. So, or maybe I'll just take this off and do it right here where it is. Woo, but it's super cold out here, so right now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at everything we need. Reservoir for the power steering. It looks like that's the only thing I can see so far other than the windshield wipers. Everything else looks good. We do have to assess that situation, that wiring situation right there. Once I disconnect everything, I should be able to pull this out, see if the fans are good or not. But for now, we're just gonna stop right here and we'll be back to it tomorrow because my butt needs to get to work. Yes sir. So I'll see this thing back tomorrow morning. Hopefully if it's too cold, we'll put it inside the garage because I'm freezing out here. All right, chat. Well, we went ahead and took the radiator out. As you guys can see, no more radiator. Yeah, everything else looks good. We do have a mess down there, so yeah, I don't think the radiator is bad, but just in case, I am going to switch it. And it looks like this belt is cracked as well. Look at that. It's already old, so we're probably gonna do that as well before anything. This is a weird tensioner right there, a tension pulley. Yeah, I don't know how that one works. Never deal with those before, so first time for everything, I guess. But yeah, radiator's out of here. We went this way because the condenser's still good. It still has pressure. I went ahead and pressed on this one and it still has pressure in there, so that tells me this is good. So we saved it, came out this way, and that seemed to do the trick. Let me show you guys the radiator. So this is the radiator over here. Radiator seems to be okay as well. It does have this bad hit right here, so I don't know how bad that was, but it is not leaking. It is super wet and everything, and all the radiator fluid was coming from this guy right here. Apparently we couldn't see it because it had the on the back right there, all the radiator came through there, all the radiator fluid, because it hit probably most likely the back of the engine, and that's how it started doing that. That's why it didn't overheat on him, because it was still containing some radiator fluid, but obviously it was leaking the pressure out. So yeah, that's where the radiator fluid came from. But we are going to swap the radiator just in case, because we don't want to put everything back together and it turns out it has like a small leak or something, because it is super wet on the top, all the way on the side and on the bottom. So we're just gonna go ahead and replace. Fans look okay, so we're gonna keep the fans, and everything else just radiator and the reservoir. But yeah, that's about it. Man, and since this is an automatic, we have our transmissions coolers. I just put a hose in there, connect them to each other, that way it doesn't leak all the fluid out. It stops leaking right there, and we can save it for when the new radiator gets here. But I think that's good to go. Now we can move it around just fine, in case we need to. But yeah, there's the frame rails I was telling you guys about. You guys can see that. Now we can get back here and smooth that out. On this side, as you guys can see, we need a little bit more up. We can put our thing in there and then jack it up so we can get those wrinkles out. But yeah, everything else seems to be fine. And what I mean put that thing in there, I mean this thing right here. This is our pressure. We're gonna go ahead and put that with the other one, not that one. That one's for like the doors, stuff like that. We have this one right here, which is a bar, and then it expands. So it gives us enough oomph to push all that stuff up and get those wrinkles out. And of course, with the precision of a hammer and most likely our torch. Yeah, the good thing, it was nothing with the frame, nothing structural, so that's good. This is just the, what's it called? Radiator support. That's part of the radiator support, but they used to weld everything back in the day. And look at those welds, man. Oh, check this out. This weld wasn't even grabbing. You see that weld right there? Look at that. It's not even grabbing. That's crazy. The only one grabbing was this one on this side, and it's just a little dot right there. That's why it came undone. So we're gonna drill some holes through that and then re-weld it ourselves. And yeah, all we got to do is work on this fender. We got the hood going in and latching now, so it latches. Yes, we had to pull it, and we got this guy back where it needs to be, so this one's okay. We just gotta fit the lights in, make sure everything's squared out, put that thing back in. We had to take it off to get the radiator out, and wait for this reservoir to arrive too, and then just swap it. Easy, I hope. It looks like it's just two hoses right there, so that should be easy. And this is our ground wire. Make sure to put that back on this once we put everything back. But yeah, we got plenty of space right now to do whatever we need to do. And yeah. Oh, and this thing's come really helpful when you're removing radiators and water hose and all kinds of hose. These things are lifesavers. But yeah, that's about it for this one. At least the camshaft sensor is right there. Woohoo! Well, cool little things. I was looking at them online when I was trying to find the thing on the front, and it looks like this B6 4x4s that are used for mudding and stuff like that, which is crazy to me. I didn't expect this engine to last that long. Apparently Susukis are pretty good for mudding, especially if they're all-wheel drive 4x4s. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one here. We're gonna have to wait until the parts get in and we'll get back to it. Man, I'm tired, guys. Sorry. We'll probably tackle this guy right here while the parts get here. We'll probably tackle those wires right there. Take that out and start working on them. See what we can do. We're gonna do something really simple. We're just gonna swap this fans and hoses. We got a new reservoir already came in. New radiator has came in, is over here. So we're just gonna go ahead and swap everything over, and then we can start getting rid of stuff we don't need, like this reservoir, and put the new one in there. Let's get it. I don't know where this customer got this from. Oh, I know where. eBay. Okay, this is the issue of ordering the cheapest part you can find either on Amazon or eBay. So when you're aligning one of the hose, the other ones do not align. When you align this one here, I can't even align that one, to be honest. It doesn't go more this way because it hits right there. So I can't go more this way. So I can align this one or up here. But if I align one of them, this one's out regardless. If that one's aligned, this one's out. If this one's aligned, that one's out. I'm gonna have to do this hole a little bit bigger and this one align it. And this one's gonna be way off right there. Look at that. If I align that one, almost there, way off. Hi. Alright guys, so we got 2 out of 3. That should be enough. This one is way off. There's no way unless I cut this plastic and then put the bolt there, but it won't do nothing anyways. And that's plenty sturdy. Nothing's gonna happen. So yeah, it just holds as the overflow reservoir, so we'll be all right. All right, well, everything's put back together in here. We're just gonna go ahead and put it in the truck. It is super cold outside already, so we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of all this stuff and pull it in and then just do it in here because I want to be warm and a heater. All right, guys, so we got it in here. We got the radiator ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and change this reservoir right here. We were not able to figure this thing out, so I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna leave it as is because we're running out of time as well. We got too much stuff to do, and I don't want to be stuck here in the garage during Christmas either. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this done, ready to go. I'm gonna put everything back together how it goes, and I'll get back with you guys once I have at least the reservoir and the radiator in here. Let's get it. Well, that was a mission. I got the radiator and everything on there. This is secure already too. We got the reservoir in here. Let me go ahead and put it back where it was, right there. All right, there you go. Reservoir, coolant thing. There's the coolant lid. Hoses are on. Transmission fluid hoses are on. We just need to put little pins on this, guys. And yeah, our dirt is back on. So yeah, our ground, I guess, ground dirt, whatever you want to call it. We're about to put our lights on. We're going to go ahead and get all that situated there with the lights and everything. And then after that, we can go ahead and fix that front bumper and then mock it up, see what it looks like. I think that's about it. Yeah. Hood is a little messed up. Like we mentioned before, we don't care much. However, some of this stuff right here, it's a little mangled, so the hood is not flat like it's supposed to be. But it latches. It's good. We're going to be okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and finish putting everything back up, and then I'll let you guys know what it looks like. Alright, so we got a brand new light over here, old light over there. Everything looks to be symmetrical to each side. Lights fit in right away, no issue. I'm pretty sure one of those headlights is going to be out though, because I think it was already out when it came in. Let me double check on that, make sure everything else is good. Still got to top up the coolant, but I'll be for another day. Take this off. Woo! Right, see what we're dealing with. Well, this one's working. This one's out. There you go. Just needed to be pushed in, but working out. Well, that one works. This one does not. I wonder if this thing is off. Well, there's some burnt light bulb, I guess. Oh well. Well, let's stick it outside and that light turns on, this light turns on. Signals on that side, no signal on the front, but we got both signals on back, so let's scooch out of here because we need to fix that front bumper. Okay, there you go. It's all put back together. We went ahead and took the hits out. There was one major one right there. We have a little bit left. Nothing major. And then we have some what right there where there was another one. But you can barely see it now. It's just scuffs. Once we put it on, we'll clean out those scuffs. And we should be golden. Yeah, everything's ready. I'm going to go ahead and pull the truck back in here. Get this bumper on it. And let's see how it fits. Alright, we're gonna attempt to put this bumper back on. Alrighty, so it's all put back together. Yes, sir. Obviously, we got an ugly side and we got a nice side, but the crash was on this side, and it looks way better than the side that didn't get crashed, so... Alright, well, now we're just gonna go ahead and put some power steering, burp the system with some coolant, and we should be done. Ready to go on this merry way. Yes, sir. Alright guys, it's later on night. We're back in the car. Yes, we're about to leave. Last minute shopping on Christmas, you already know. But with that said, guys, that's it for this video. Yes, we bleed the coolant and everything started working just fine. We disconnected the battery, guys, to try and reset the computer, and the vehicle, the Susuki, wouldn't turn back on. I don't know what happened. So we took it to Luis, the mechanic guy, and he's gonna let us know what happened. I'll keep you guys posted on that one and see what happened. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I just disconnected the battery, connected it back in the next day, and it would not start. It just cranks, no start. We probably blew a fuse, I think. But I checked the fuses and they were okay, so I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope everybody has a happy Christmas and a happy New Year's. Thank you very much for being here with us, guys. Well, with me, all of us together here on the channel. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for everything. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios. Se lo lavan.